Hello everyone, my name is Isaac. Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about some methods you can use to be more efficient in achieving a top racer tag for your profile and therefore also a top racer spot on the leaderboards. A lot of people just kind of race over and over again. They don't really think about what they're doing. They just do a bunch of racing, and that works for some people, but for most people I'd recommend trying to be more efficient, so that's what I'll be telling you how to do in today's video. Let's get on to the first point. That first point being a good time to race, because there are specific times on Nitro Type where the leaderboards are harder to rank up on because more people are racing. Generally speaking, at the beginning of seasons, a lot of people are racing because they want to get the season done. Because of that, it becomes a lot harder to rank up on the leaderboards. There's actually a lot of people who will do the entire season in one day, and then they just won't race again until the next season. And so that makes it really hard to level up on the leaderboards. Also, over summer or Christmas break is a really good time to race because Nitro Type pretty much dies over Christmas break and completely dies over summer break. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, actually do race at school, and some of these people are actually top leaderboard placers. So just do keep that in mind. Try to race over summer break or Christmas break if you have your own computer that you can do that on when you're not in school. And then also try not to race for a leaderboard spot around the release of new features and stuff, because a lot of people are going to be racing towards that just to kind of test it. Or if they do an event type thing, I don't know if any of you remember the Colin Furs event, a lot of people will race during those as well. So just try to race during a normal time on Nitro Type towards the middle to the end of a season, and try to do it over either summer or Christmas break. Maybe spring break, but a lot of people have completely different spring breaks, so I don't really think that's anything you can really bet on. Next thing is something that is not talked about enough, and that is your point efficiency. It's essentially the equation Nitro Type uses to give you points so that they can kind of place you on a leaderboard. It is not based off of just your races. A lot of people actually think that it's just your races, and the more races you have, the higher you rank. Now that's somewhat true to an extent, but there is a specific equation. This could be outdated. I don't know if they've changed it, but the one I found was your words per minute divided by 2 plus 100, and then you take that whole thing and multiply it by your accuracy in percent. And therefore, you want to have good words per minute and good accuracy. But your point efficiency is very important, and it can actually really help you in getting high on the leaderboard without having to do a lot of races. So instead of sandbagging your words per minute all the way down and then just doing hundreds of races a day, you can get away with just doing 100 or 200 races a day and having good words per minute and accuracy, and you will rank really high on the leaderboard. The third thing, of course, is your race amount. You want to make sure that you're still racing enough, because you're not going to be able to do this doing 20 to 30 races a day. In my experience, over summer break, towards the end of a season, not around the release of a new feature, the least amount of races you can do and still have a chance of getting a top spot on the leaderboard is around 80 to 100 races a day. Now that still takes a fair bit of time, and I know some people actually do consider that grinding. I do not. There are a lot of people who race a lot more than that. However, if you don't have the time to do that, sometimes you just have to kind of break it up into other smaller sessions throughout the day. So instead of having the time to do 80 to 100 races in one sitting, which is kind of hard to do sometimes, especially if you're busy, maybe break it up, do a little bit in the morning, a little in the afternoon, a little in the evening, just when you have time. If you really want that spot, then you should be able to at least find times throughout the day where you can, and if you cannot, then maybe getting a top spot on the leaderboard may not work out for you, sorry to say, but you do have to race a little bit, just not as much as people make it sound like you have to race. I do hope you all enjoyed. If this was helpful or you enjoyed, it'd be great if you could like and subscribe. It'd be very appreciated. Every subscriber counts. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next one.